Hello students, today we are going to learn English class 7th 3.6. Think before you speak. Thinking before we speak is a really good habit to avoid causing trouble in our life. Correct? So children, this lesson tells us that when we are speaking, first we have to think. So let's see the lesson. Think before you speak. Man was meant to listen more and talk less. That is why, as the great British statesman Benjamin Disraeli said, nature has endowed man with 2 ears and 1 mouth. If man has meant to talk more and listen less, he would have 2 mouths and only 1 ear. Imagine how we would have looked. How strange, with 2 mouths on the 2 sides and 1 ear at the center. Now here, British scientist name is given Benjamin Disraeli. He said that nature has endowed means nature has provided us. What nature has provided 1 mouth and 2 ears means for what purpose? Means to listen more and talk less. But what we are doing? We are doing exactly opposite. We are listening less and talking more. Correct? Here it is given that if we would have given 2 mouths and 1 ear, then what will happen? 1 mouth means 2 mouths, 2 sides and the 1 ear at the center. Here some question, 2 questions are given. Was this Disraeli trying to give a scientific reason over here? No, Disraeli was not trying to give scientific reason. Was he only trying to give a message in a light-hearted but effective way? Yes, he was giving a message in a light-hearted but in a effective way. Okay. Now next paragraph we'll see. And mind you, the ears are like a funnels, open all the times. There is no door with which you can close them. Whereas if you have to speak even one single word, that word must pass through 2 walls, 2 fences. There is firstly the fence of these 2 rows of teeth. There is a second, the fence of 2 lips. Before a word can be spoken, it has to pass. It has to fence through these 2 walls, through these 2 fences. Therefore, we must think at least twice before we utter a word. Now here it is given that that the ears are like a funnel. Everybody knows that funnel shape. Okay, these funnel is also opening. One side is a broad and another side is narrow, like that. Our ears are the same like that and open all the times. And there is no door closing for sometimes we should close it. No, always open. Whatever we are speaking, that single word or any sentence, directly it goes to the ears. Okay. Whereas if you have to speak even one single word also, that also pass through that. And these ears are having the fences. Fences means barrier. 2 barriers are there. Which is the first barrier? Which is the first fence? Teeth, rows of the teeth. Okay, that. And second one is, that means those words are having barriers. First barrier is the teeth and second barrier is the 2 lips. Okay, so word has to pass 2 barriers and then that word come out. So we must think at least twice. Twice means 2 times. Okay, before uttering any or before speaking any word. Okay, and these words are pierce. Pierce means passing through these 2 barriers. Okay, now next paragraph. A very wise man once remarked that of the unspoken word you are a master. Of the spoken word you are a slave. Once you have spoken a word, you can't get it back. Do what you will. Therefore, you must be very careful about the words that you speak. Once the word has left your lips, you will not be able to get it back. Okay. Now here it is in this paragraph. It is given that unspoken words. You are the master of unspoken. Unspoken means not spoke. Okay. Those words you are the master. You are the king. You become a powerful if you will not speak unspoken words, and spoken words you are a slave. Okay. If one example I will give, if you are very angry with someone else and then you just say bad things without thinking, and if that person, he or she, will get hurt with those words, whatever words you speak, okay, you cannot get those words back, isn't it? So here it is given that once the word has left your lips, you will not able to get it back. What are the unspoken words? What are the unspoken words? They are things you want to say but remain unsaid, as thoughts in your mind. Once you have put the thoughts into words, once the words have left your lips, you cannot change them or control them. Unspoken words means what? The words which you have not spoken, means only thought come in your mind. Okay, you are just thinking of speaking, but you are not speaking anything. Okay, those words are remaining in your mind only. But if the thoughts become turn into the words, and those words left from your lips, then you cannot control them. Okay. The young man went to his spiritual teacher and said, I have spoken very harsh and unkind words to my friend, and he is deeply hurt. I am afraid I have lost my friendship with him. How can I make amends? That means here one young man, he went to where his spiritual teacher. For what purpose? He spoke very harsh words, very harsh language to his friend, and his friend also become very hurt, deeply hurt, and he was very afraid that his friend, he lost his friendship. So what can I do, and what can I amends means how I will improve this. Okay. Then the wise teacher gave him a fresh sheet of the blank paper and a pen, and he said to the young man, what he said? Write down on this paper all the harsh things you said to him. The young man did as he was told and showed the paper to the teacher. Now tear up this sheet of paper into as many small bits as you can, the wise teacher said. Soon the single sheet was torn into 100 tiny bits of paper. Throw the bits out of the window, the teacher said. Okay, now here teacher asked him that whatever harsh words you spoke to your friend, write all the words on this paper, and after that torn this paper in a very small bits. Okay, and after that he did it, and what teacher said? Throw the bits of paper out of this window. Then that was easily done. He did it very easily. It was a windy day. Windy means wind was blowing on that day, windy day. Okay, and due to the windy day, the tiny bits were scattered far and wide, even as the young man watched. Okay, now go out into the street and collect as many bits of paper as you can, the teacher ordered him. Then teacher ordered him, go and collect all the bits of paper. The young man was taken aback, but that will be difficult. Yes, it is very difficult. He stammered. He said it was very difficult to bring the papers. It will be difficult indeed, but do give it a try. The teacher suggested, but you can try. Go and collect the paper. The young man went out. He returned half an hour later. Exhausted means very tired. He was wandering here and there in search of papers. Okay, that's why he was very exhausted, very tired. He had not been able to get a hold of a single torn bit from the paper he had torn up just a while earlier. Just now he torn the paper, and he cannot bring single bit of paper also. That is what happened with the spoken word. The teacher said to him, once you have spoken the words aloud, it is very difficult to take them back. Therefore, learn to think before you speak in a anger. So, this is very good example is given over here, that the teacher told him that these bits of paper you can't get it back, cannot collect it. Same like that, once you have spoken the words aloud, it is very difficult to take them back. Then how to improve? Improvement is that, therefore, think. You have to learn to think before you speak in anger. Speak. So it is very important, children, for each of us to think before we immediately react. Our thinking impacts our anger, upset, and the fear also. So thinking before you speak is an important skill to master for all kinds of situations. It can improve our relationship with our people, or and enable us to express ourselves in a more effective way. Okay, now see on the next page. Socrates was one of the wisest men of the ancient world. Many were the youths whose lives he influenced for the better. Socrates counseled his disciples to keep their mouths shut and speak only when absolutely necessary. O wise one, how may we know when it is right to speak? They asked him. Now here, who was this Socrates? Socrates was one of the wisest men of the ancient world. And what question did his disciples ask him? Socrates' disciples asked him how they will know when it was right time to speak, because he told them, his disciples, that to keep their mouth shut and speak only when absolutely necessary. Open your mouth to speak only after you have asked yourself 3 questions. When you have to open your mouth for speaking, first you ask 3 questions to yourself. Which were the 3 questions? And receive an affirmative answer. Affirmative means yes answer, positive answer. Then only you speak. Replied the Socrates. What were the 3 questions now? Here downside 3 questions are given. You have to ask these 3 questions to yourself, and then answer is yes. Then only open your mouth. Okay. The first question we must ask ourselves before we speak is it true? If we are not sure about this question, about this veracity means truth of what we are saying, it is better that we do not utter a word. When we utter words carelessly, we ourselves become the transmitters of untruth. Transmitters of untruth means person who spread untruth. So first question is, you have to ask yourself, that is it true? If answer is yes, it is true, then only you can speak, otherwise don't. The second question to ask is it pleasant? Many are the empty remarks and the vain statements that people make in idleness to hurt others. It is better that these unpleasant words remain unspoken. If it is not pleasant, keep your words unspoken only. Don't speak anything. The third question according to the Socrates is it useful? Whatever you are speaking, is it useful? Is our statement going to benefit to the listener? Will our words bring comfort to someone? Are we likely to help someone with what we say? Only in that case should we go ahead and speak. If the answer is yes, then only you go ahead and you can speak the words. Okay, so what were the 3 questions that Socrates said we must ask ourselves before we speak? These 3 questions are, first question is that, is it true? Whatever we are speaking, is it true? Second question is, What is the second question? Is it pleasant? Third question, is it useful? If answer is affirmative, if answer is yes, then only we can open our mouth and we can speak. Hope students you understood this lesson. Think before you speak.